Guys, we got another great topic for y'all tonight, man. I've been what's the word you say about it? Perusing through social media and a lot of other things, and just coming up with some topics and thinking about what the climate of today is. I put up a video where I was talking about, do women want a husband, or do they want a wife? Want to be a wife? Excuse me. So when I'm having this discussion, I was questioning women to say, hey, is marriage about you just wanting a husband? Is it status? Is it about an accomplishment? Is it about you reaching a milestone? Is it about you really saying, you know what, I want to be a wife, not for the benefits of myself, but what I can also help somebody with, how I can benefit and give to someone else. So to me, I feel like, well, why is it that marriage is so important? Why so many women striving for it? I don't know how you see it. Do you kind of get that same sentiment where you seem like, you have more women that are interested or speak, when you speak about marriage, you hear more of I'm of this quality, I deserve to be a wife, as opposed to saying, hey, well, marriage to me means this, the commitment, the two working together, understanding, the covenant, all of those things. I don't too much, and I may be wrong, because I'm only one man. Right. But at the same time, I need your line of sight to tell me if I'm right or wrong in my assessment of it. Seemed like a lot of women want to have the husband, but aren't wanting to be wives.
Yeah, I think that I think that there are a bunch of ladies that probably voice it the most, but I think there's a lot of men that, like, they may not say it, but men do sit back and say, hey man, I'm gonna be a wife one day, I kind of, I do kind of want to, believe it. And it's just me. I believe men initially start out honoring the marriage more. But then, because of society, because of times, well, the talk is, he got to get ready for this wedding. I mean, it's just, when it comes to preparing for, I don't hear many men saying, I'm going to get myself ready for a wife. I do have some, you know what I'm saying? But it's always women. I think they're taught it. Maybe they understand at an early age that, hey, I'm trying to be her.
Right, but I think for the most part, trying to be her. And ladies, and here's the thing now. Male translation is two men. Now, we speaking about something that y'all, ladies, you represent, meaning wives, meaning women that are pursuing marriage yourself. So you're going to need a man to believe in you and trust in you enough to feel like you're worthy of him, you carrying his last name, number one, and him having you be with him for the rest of his life, right? I asked that question because we talked so many times about rent-to-own relationships. We done talked about do women value the ring of the relationship? Right. We done talked about so many things to where we're actually trying to point out or have women themselves highlight what's more important to them, And I think Jeff said it right here. He said they confuse the wedding with the marriage. And Troy, shout out to you. She said, I think I may be slightly confused by the question. So now, the question, the title of this is, do women value marriage as a come-up? Right. Now, I kind of was talking about why I titled it this way as far as the video I put out about, do women just want a husband or do they want to be wives? So now I'm asking, is it a come-up to women? Because it's almost like when you speak about it, all you hear is about the things that a woman is benefiting out of this covenant, this commitment.
I think that's where the confusion is too. I think the confusion is most women think that it's a together package. Like, hey, once I become a wife, obviously I get a husband. Once I get a husband, I become a wife, and nobody kind of separates that. Hey, the responsibility of the wife is one thing. So you got 80% of women in the world says, hey, I'll be a great wife. Mm-hmm. But they're not a man. They're not, you're not a man. You're not a husband. You're not a man. So you don't know what a great wife is. Right. So and I'm gonna be honest with you. The hardest part about this whole subject, we can talk about this the rest of the night. We'll be talking about this for the rest of the year. Is no one in any situation likes to stand in line and don't get picked.
Oh no.
You can go back to kickball, in second grade. Nobody want to be like, I want him, I want him, I want him, I want her, I want her, I want him, and you just kind of like waiting to get picked. Nobody likes that.
That's a fact.
And so the problem is, everybody getting picked for wives, you getting picked for bridesmaids. Like, Actually, ladies in our church just told me straight, like, Pastor, you know, I'm trying not to be nasty, but I ain't trying to be nobody's bridesmaid. Mm-hmm. Well, a lot of times you run into things that you shouldn't run into because, you know what I mean? I'm saying it's a horrible moment to get back to the question: do wives think that being a wife? Do women think that being a wife, a marriage is a come up? Absolutely, because I've been playing kickball and ain't nobody picked me, and that's tough.
But my point is,
I don't think they're looking like, I'm preparing to be a loving and a wife that can help support my husband and get him from where he is to where God wants him to be.
Right. Now, to me, like, my thing is this. Now, I'm 2%. We know, Jeff, y'all know, Pastor, you know. So in my mind, I'm saying, why would you view or value? Well, not value. Why would you pursue something that you really feel like you're not going to fulfill yourself? If it's like something where it's like, well, I haven't been picked, but yet when you get in the game, you see what I'm saying? So to me, I was just playing ball today. You know, the dude was selling out about how, hey man, y'all talking a lot of trash. I'm like, what? Bro, go sit down. We pick somebody up and lose and be all right with it. But I don't care about your pity party. You see what I'm saying? But I think a lot of times when it comes to women today, I think it's more about, like I said, what I get out of it. And it bothers me because, to me, you don't even think about what a man needs. You don't even think about what the team needs and all, like I'm saying. So we talking about being picked.
I think. Let me say, ladies, I'm going to support you a little bit. I do think you think about it. I just don't think you think about it first. I think the first thought is, hey, I'm gonna be a wife. That's why the moment. That's why people say it's her day, it's her moment.
But Pastor, if what we say, I don't know. Let's say, because I don't know the true stat, but I hear it all the time. It's in the 80s. That divorces in somewhere in the 80% percentiles are all started by women. They're all initiated by women. So you have women that feel like, and I asked this question before, if women really value more than men the outcome of the relationship, then why women don't do things that show that they care about the outcome of the relationship? Y'all have to bust my son in the background. Right. He turning up.
Right.
But so to me, that's what I have an issue is, like, why is it that you care so much about it, but you be the first to check out? I said this the other day. I said, man, listen, even though women don't like this, I talked about why men cheat if they're quote unquote happy. Right. I said, man, sometimes dude just keeping the peace, he not happy, but he will stay for his children. But women themselves wouldn't even stay for the children. If she unhappy with the man, don't care. You know what? Come on, man. I'm not gonna be here. You know what? It ain't where your heart is, where you want to be, and you know I'm not gonna deal with this. And if we can't, like, you see what I'm saying? On the other end, a man will say, hey man, look, I'm going through so much right now, but you know, for my kids, for that family dynamic, for them to wake up and come in the room, daddy. So to me, that's what I'm saying. Like, well, I don't know. It bothers me because I feel like women really don't recognize that there is so much more to it, and the scapegoat is always on the man. That, well, y'all men ain't marriage material, y'all ain't hooked. Like, okay, well, when you meet one, then what?
I think it go back to the double standard. It comes back to, hey, a man marries a girl and she ain't got to lose 5 pounds. Mm-hmm. He married her, he in love with her just what she is. But you know, the woman, marriage is just something that's on the list. And because you don't do A, B, C, and D, and I don't feel like, hey, I've come up, or I feel like, hey, you become the man I thought you was gonna be. I mean, you're right. It's over 83. It was 83% in 2019. 2019. 83% of women are the ones who saying I ain't dealing with it. But I think women are extremists. They're extremists. They're extremists for the wedding. They're extremists for, you know, divorcing. Like, we gone. That's why when a woman get in her feelings, I just talked about this other night. I preached a message about, you know, get out your feelings. When you get in your feelings, man, and we can talk about it, you know, we could be biased, but we know a woman. I asked everybody last night, hey, what's the longest you're going to be in your feelings? So to me, I done come in my feelings like, you know, a few days, a week. Mm-hmm. Man, there's women like, man, I'm still in my feelings about that.
Right.
Years ago. Don't matter, though. If I see him right now, like, and it's like,
it's going to be.
That's extreme. So I'm saying, that extreme, all of a sudden now, you're going to get papers. And you know, it's just, so you're right. It's but the standard is different. It's okay for the woman to get married and you just supposed to love her how she is. But if a guy get married, it's like, okay, what's next? And what's next? And because it's back to the original question, I'm supposed to come up with you.
Right.
This supposed to be an upgrade.
Right.
I didn't get with you just to kick it and this and that and that. Like my name's wife now. I got your last name, and that's like so. I took your last name for this. Like it just get real. And whether we like to admit it or not, no woman gets married to a man to just give unto him. You know what I mean? Like so. Right. Let's just go and tell the truth. You didn't get married to say, I just wanted somebody to love and somebody to pour my heart into and somebody to cater to and love and just be with him. Who cares if we have anything? We can stay right here in this one bedroom as long as we got each other.
But that's stuff that a man will say to, even I've said that to Quill. Everybody know my wife. And I've said, hey, listen, I've been homeless before. I want to go back. That's not where I'm trying to go. But if I had to, I don't mind going through it with you. I'd rather go through it with you than not. Now, I know that women can't, there's a lot of women that maybe can't make that proclamation.
Man, every time I do it, to shout about what Clarence says, every time I do a wedding, I can always hear when the part of the vows go down. Better or worse. And I repeat, let's run in the back.
For better.
Yeah, like I'm running the back. Better or worse.
That is not cute.
Yeah. For better.
For better. What?
Yeah.
Excuse me? Facebook? YouTube? Instagram? Yeah. You know what I mean? And so that's why I'm like, really, I think that. So let's get into some of these questions because I have some questions, right? Do women view marriage as a come up? Before we ask that question, let me see. Tamika say most women only care about the title and the idea of being married. They are living in a fairy tale, sad but true. And let me give a like on that, Tamika. Not because and this is not to put women down, but it's really to challenge what women really value, in my opinion. If women, because I think a lot of women was like turned off by the topic when I put it out. Do women view marriage as a come up? No. I didn't put it in my story, just put a poll up to see what, you know what I mean? And 80%, no. We don't see marriage as a come up, of course, because in your mind, it's like, you was glowed up from the start. You was bossed up from the beginning. Right, so for you to feel like this is now done elevated you, done, rose up your status in any way, it's almost like women take offense to that as if we're trying to say they getting it out the mud and we pulling them out the dirt, and it's not what I'm saying. All I am saying is, ladies, y'all, to be honest, I know it's hard. It's some of the stuff that's hard to hear from a man. And who am I, right? Who are you, Clarence? You got no right to say this, and you as a man, like, you don't know women, right? I understand. So I ask, and I want y'all to be interactive in the comments and let Pastor Dozier know if what I'm saying or what he's saying is fact, fiction, or if it's trash of his cast. Because to me, I think honestly, women do see it as a come up. At the end of the day, just like we talked with Dominique when the question was, do women want instant commitment? And she was fighting fighting tooth and nail. Right. Nah, this ain't really like that. And to the very end, and then it's like, well, we do kind of like
and women. We do. And women, it's okay to be honest. Here's the point: a man literally marries a woman, and he's saying stuff like this, "Baby, when I get married to you, now don't change on me," because he really don't want you to change. Mm-hmm. The woman is never saying that. She's saying,
change, grow.
I kind of want more.
Develop, evolve.
No woman gets married. A woman gets married because she love a man, but it ain't to stay like that. Mm-hmm. And so this is what makes it difficult for a man, because he says, if I always got to come up, now you got a whole lot of men not running to the altar. You know what he's saying? Let me get my chips right first. Because he don't believe love alone is gonna make it. It's just the truth. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Give up the what?
The eye for us. That's cute. That's cute. That's cute.
It got a little sweet.
Give up the eye for us, but that's not it. It's the hey, I'm not just okay with just loving you. Mm-hmm. I want a little more than that. I need a little love and maybe a couple vacations. A little love and maybe my dream house one day. A little love, but
nice car.
I do want to be able to take some trips. You know what I mean?
Like I don't want to be basic.
I just don't want to just be you. Then it comes into this. We don't do nothing. Mm-hmm. But I thought I'm supposed to work, love you. Like, it's just about me and you.
I told you I was a homebody. Yeah, but, we just need to get out. Like, I see, when there's a day party going on, this thing's going around.
And we're married.
Like,
come on. He's like, I thought this was about, I got on my knee, I did the whole thing, I gave you the ring.
Right.
It's us now.
Right. He talking about, hey, I'm putting money aside, we invested, I got my 401k, I got things happening, we looking to the future.
Yeah.
You understand what we trying to get to? Yeah, we might have to sacrifice right now. She like, yeah, but that ain't really what I signed up for. And
Not
the
really.
problem that bothers me is what you just said earlier about marriage, where as a man we say, hey, listen, if you never change, if you stayed the same from right here to the
I love you, man. This is what I want.
this what, and it's it. You see what I'm saying? While women are
no woman says
into the
husband,
potential
please don't change on me.
at all.
Like keep your same little job and just be just how you are.
Mm-hmm.
It's different, man. You know what I'm saying? It's different. It's
Shout out to you, Val. We see you out there showing love. Stephanie Wynn, what's happening? What's happening? Y'all showing love tonight, man. What I need y'all to do, I need y'all to hit that like button. Hit that like button. We need to grow the show, right? We need to grow the algorithm, the reach of the show. So if y'all rock with us every Tuesday night, man, I know Val, you good for a share. I give you your just due. Troy, you always share as well. I see Tamika share every week or on and off. You know, I ain't trying to call you out, but I'm saying just show love and hit that like button, hit that share button. So here's my question, Pastor Dozier. I'm gonna start it out because I always try to put something down on paper, on wax, like not on wax, but on wax. What's the most important thing women look for in a man as a husband? Now, as a man, we all. But in your opinion, what's the most important thing woman is looking for in a man when she's considered him to accept his proposal as a husband? And I think we all pretty know. We already
know it's at the top. We know providers at the top.
Right. You got to have some. He got to have some financial security.
Well, I don't even think that's that. I think she wants him to provide. I think he wants to provide, security in all areas. Provide financial security. Provide, emotional security. Because now men got to be there for you, hold you, understand you. Got to provide, even protect. Not now. Men got to be the thumb.
You got a little shake something, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Just security, sexual security. You ain't gonna be out there double dipping on me. Like just total security. When she's supposed to walk around with all peace, and if she cry, you be there. Oh, let me get that tear for you. Like she wants all security. And women, y'all tell me if I'm lying. You want a guy who to provide security in every form.